Yeah, let's open with that.
Penis.
Second half of the podcast.
I would open up with Paul's crappy foam beer.
Yeah, what's going on? I bring over cold beer because, Jeff has a broken refrigerator. And every can we've opened has been very eager to come out of the can.
It's quite adventurous.
You jostle it.
I'm not jostling shit. I put them in the bag
Well, it
and I
looks like
carry
a
the bag
purse.
up here.
Are you swinging your purse around?
I'm not. Okay, first off, it's
sashaying around.
Time out. It's a badass come and take it cooler bag from Buc-ee's. So
It's more like
I
come
know.
on your face.
Oh, no.
It'd look better if there was a smoker on there.
All right.
Take a smoker.
Dudes Like Us, it's December 13th. It's the second half show.
Second half.
Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm in Paul.
And I'm Jeff. That's Jeff.
I expected you to be like, and I'm Jeff.
I'm Hefe. I'm
He
Hefe.
didn't follow suit at all.
No, not at all.
What an asshole.
All right. Now here we are again.
All right, so we had a first bourbon, which was the Nobleman.
Noble. Was it Nobleman?
It was
No.
Nobleman.
No. It was Saint.
Yes,
Well,
Saints Alley.
It was Saints Alley Nobleman.
Yes, the Nobleman was the
Yes.
bourbon.
One
the
of
first
the
half?
best I've ever tried.
You're a
You
jack.
bitch
Quite
about the entire last
quite
show.
possibly the best bourbon I've ever tasted.
Oh my God!
Every drinker is like, this
ranks
is
up next
the
to Williams.
worst.
Giving it a 9.8 after the way it made me feel.
So, Dudes Like Us has a collection of bourbon for those first-time listeners out there, and our collection is pushing up to 200 bottles currently, and we buy
Sad.
bottles every single week, and we have a surplus. So we are now drinking a new bottle on the first half and a
Recycled
not new bottle on the second half. And the
Because-
second bottle on the second half is, survey says,
Really good.
and
It's
the-
William Dalton, I believe.
I was waiting for, there you go. Because he had it pulled up earlier.
Yeah, it's
So
the-
William Dalton Weeded
We did bourbon.
Single barrel. Hashtag 769.
No, that's not a hashtag. That's number
it's
769.
never. But I don't know if that's what ours
God,
is.
what are you, millennial?
I believe our barrel
Oh
is
my
different.
God.
Are you gaslighting me? Are you ghosting me?
Sorry, Elon.
What's our
Chill,
barrel
bro.
number?
Yeah.
Ooh, our barrel is number 475.
Oh.
Is that FOLO? Wait,
What?
is it FOMO or FOLO?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Oh, is that FOMO?
You're a homo.
So the
Not-
mash bill is
FOMO.
70 corn, 20 wheat, and 10 malted barley. Comes in at about 106. I think ours is a little bit hotter now. I
It
think ours
is 107. Ours is 107 for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's 107. The distillery, and we like this distillery. We've gotten several of theirs. It's the Spirits of French Lick.
They have interesting bottles. I like their bottles.
Oh, it's the names as well.
It's a
Yeah, I
Bordeaux
mean, they're-
bottle.
they're-
you
yeah,
talking about the
they're-
shape of the bottle?
No, the way they kind of single out a person on the bottle.
Oh, well, there was
Right,
a
don't
person,
they?
huh?
Do we know who Bill Dalton is?
No,
He was a cowboy.
but he goes by Willie.
Willie Dalton or Liam?
Liam.
Liam.
Really? Liam is a short for William? I never knew that.
I don't know.
Well, William M. Dalton.
Well, hold on. Are you just making that up?
No, it says Liam right
Well,
there.
I know, but William.
Well, why would you name yourself Liam? Isn't that short for something?
I don't. I
Like
think
William?
No, I think it's a.
No, I
just-
think
it's a
Liam
name.
is-
Liam.
Yeah, that's a name.
It's
No.
not short for William.
Yes, it is.
I
Well-
don't know. I think you're wrong on this one.
I don't know.
Well, William Dalton was an outlaw.
Ooh.
From time to time,
Oh.
between 1888 and 1899, Bill was visited by his brothers Bob, Emmett, and Grat, who had been serving as
hell?
U.S. deputy marshals at Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Fort Smith,
Yeah.
Arkansas. That's only 45 minutes south of Fayetteville. I drive through that every single time.
Do they have a
Thank you
statue
for
of
that
him?
factoid.
Yeah.
Do they have a statue of Bill Dalton out there?
He goes by Billy, but yes,
Actually, he goes by Mason.
he does.
His name is William M. Dalton, technically.
Well, what is Mason? What are you talking about, Mason?
Bitch.
Bitch, please.
I have spoken.
This is how the second half goes of the podcast. It went from I believe you're mistaken in the first half to bitch, please.
So look, here's the thing. This is a very interesting factoid. So William Dalton. All right. So in popular culture, the song "Doolin' Dalton," a hit song from the Eagles,
That's the Eagles, yeah.
was inspired by the gang. Furthermore, Desperado.
The Dalton Gang?
Yes.
The Dalton Gang.
I've heard of the Dalton Gang before.
And
Have you?
the album which the song Doolin' Dalton appears is considered a concept album inspired by the antics of the various players from this era, including a song called Bitter Creek, passing lyrical reference to a barmaid named Flo. And I'm not talking about Alice.
Alice?
No. I knew
big-
you were going to jump on that.
Hold on, are we talking about the Eagles?
With the big
Did I-
big hairdo. Yes,
And
the Eagles had Doolin
Eagles.
Dalton.
iconic
Yes.
photo on the back cover of said album, which features the members of the band lying face up, hands tied, appearing to be dead, much like the infamous historical picture of the Dalton brothers lying dead in the Colville.
Wow.
I know that. Yes.
Was that on the Seven Bridges Road?
There are stars. No, I didn't.
No, I don't believe so.
I sound like a Muppet.
A little bit. But I miss singing. I miss singing that song. We need to
Yeah.
have another kind of, I was going to say tune the pipes party, but that
Yeah.
sounds kind of,
Yes. Well, we need to go park in a parking lot somewhere, just the three of us.
yes.
Dude, that sounded even more gay.
and let the cops pull up.
But it happened.
We got visited by a police officer.
Hey, here
that
we
night.
are, dudes like us. We're parked in
Church
a
parking-
church parking
Okay,
lot.
well, okay, hold on. We had
drunk.
hold on. We had just returned from somewhere, completely
bar.
sober.
A bar, probably Dee Dee's. Oh no, it was Kelly's.
Yeah, probably Kelly's.
Kelly's Tavern in Frisco, Texas.
And so I live right next to the church parking lot across the ditch. And you guys were dropping me off. And we pulled up and we weren't done apparently. We weren't done, but yeah, you kicked me out. Yeah, but so we weren't done and we started singing. And we were singing. Like we were yell singing.
Dude, it was
Were the windows up, down? I'm assuming they were up.
They were down, weren't
They were. Who knows? I don't recall actually, but
So-
I do know there was a local peace officer parked adjacent to where we were at.
We
and
did
had
not
been
see
staring
him.
at us for quite some
And
time.
he drove over and talked to us, and we're all like,
It's like,
"How you
so,
doing, officer?"
so guys,
It was
how's it
bad.
going?
And he was like laughing at us, and he was like, "You guys have a good time."
Well, I think we all had the local high school shirts on. They were
Yeah, I had my Go Titans shirt
Yeah.
on from Centennial High School.
God, I mean, he could have been such a dick.
Yeah, he could
He
have been.
could've.
And we weren't causing trouble. We were singing.
Oh,
the song.
and we saw him, and we were all like, "Hey, what's up?
And I had
we
a-
love you."
I had a rental car from Florida. It was
Oh,
like,
my
so who
God.
owns the car from Florida? And I was like, it's a rental.
That was-
I'm drug running.
That was hilarious. And we just kept singing.
He
Shout
could have
out to
busted. He
Hertz.
could have busted all of us.
Of course,
I
just
was
for
toasted.
being stupid for one thing.
Well, I was toasted.
But back to the whole feel of it was we loved getting together and getting a little toasty and singing. I fucking
We
love it.
love singing.
Yeah, man, and the Eagles are the
I haven't
one.
done it in a while.
So hopefully,
Oh, that's
this,
a go-to, man.
this
Lionel Richie's a go-to.
single-
Eagles are a go-to.
The single barrel
Barbra
pick,
Streisand.
William Dalton Wheatley
Not a
bourbon, basically is derived from the attributes of the Eagles song. So,
Yeah, that's super cool.
What this? Oh, I thought you meant
Indirectly.
Okay, so hold on. Are we saying that the people featured on these types of bottles from this distillery are all like outlaws?
Well,
Are they
I
all
don't
prominent?
I don't know.
Prominent
I don't know, but
old Western.
we did not
people?
research the other
I don't
folks.
think that they purposely did any of this. All the factoids I shared had nothing to do with the bottle. Had everything to do with William Dalton.
Right.
You know,
which,
so-
which it's called William Dalton.
Well, no,
Tinted
but
bourbon.
what I'm saying is that the angle that this distillery does. They have
what is the
old
other
old Western outlaws. Hey, we've got multiple.
Yeah, we do. Go to French Lick Distillery, Mr. Producer,
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's what they're focusing on,
because we got like 4 of them.
and they're cool.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, and they are good.
We
that's,
haven't.
that's the most important thing. But we
yeah.
like to focus on the kind of the uniqueness of the bottle and the story and all that kind of shit too. So that's good. All right, what do we got?
So the distillery is in West Baden Springs in Indiana. Just to let you know.
MGP.
It's
Yeah.
not. They make their own stuff though.
I know, I'm kidding.
No, not
Anything
expect
from
that.
Indiana, you always assume that.
So you've got what do we have? We have the William Dalton, but there's also God bless it. There's also Lee W. Sinclair,
We have that.
4
one.
grain bourbon.
Yeah. So who is that? Who
The
is
four-
Lee? Lee. That's a very southern name, Lee. So I bet you that's
Robert-
another outlaw.
Robert E.
Not the same guy,
No.
but they
We like the 4 grain.
but they
a lot.
tore down his statue. I'm sure.
So Lee
Yes.
W. Sinclair. Let me look that up here. real
I was
quick.
actually looking for that one out there, but I think we finished it because we liked it. We need to buy another one.
Imagine that we.
Yeah, there they are, right there.
There we go.
Have, we
All right.
have Morning Glory. We have L.W. Sinclair. We have Bill Dalton. We don't have the other 2.
Matty Gladden,
That
go
sound-
back
that
real
sound-
quick.
That sounds Scottish.
Scottish. Matty Gladden, and the other one is Solomon Scott.
Solomon Scott.
So who are these people? Look up Lee W. Sinclair. Is that another? It's a four-grain.
So Sinclair was a turn-of-the-century businessman in West Baden. He built a hotel in 1902.
Where at?
West Baden.
Well, that's
Which is where?
where the distillery is.
Yeah.
So they're doing local.
So is Bill Dalton a local henchman?
I'm guessing so.
So, well, hold on. He built
If I
a
were to
hotel
guess.
in 1902, which became known as the eighth wonder of the world. It wasn't just a hotel; it had
was
a
a brothel.
casino,
It was also a covered
a
dome.
2-deck covered bike and horse track, and an opera house.
So it was the Astrodome.
Yeah.
The eighth wonder of the world.
2-deck racetrack?
Oh, that's actually kind of fancy.
That
When
you
was
said?
that?
2-deck racetrack?
Yeah, the
And-
life and death of Lee Sinclair. Dateline. The Lee Wiley Sinclair was a successful Hoosier businessman who owned the Bank of Salem in Salem, Indiana, for years before purchasing the West Baden Springs Hotel in 1888. Sinclair saw that it could be a moneymaker. So essentially, these guys are iconic
Indiana people.
old folk people.
Yeah, but they're also Indiana-based. I mean, it's no.
Yeah.
It can't be a coincidence that he was from Baden,
Yeah.
which is where you said the distillery was from.
Correct. I
So
think
here we
it's
go.
fantastic.
We got Scott
It's-
Solomon. Here's
and
another
plus
one.
being a French lick and being where they're located in Indiana, you got to understand.
He
Did
was
you
an
guys
NFL
know?
player.
I mean, you guys know Canada, right? Not to be
Canada?
sarcastic.
Canada?
Yeah, I know. I see.
Is that
French-
south of Chile?
It's by France, isn't it?
Do you know
I thought that was Spain.
how many? Do you know who owns Canada?
Oh, can you give us a minute? What do you think, Jeff? Trudeau.
Yeah, Trudeau.
Trudeau. That's our final answer. Trudeau.
When you go to Canada, they say this is the Queensland, right?
Ah, okay. So it's the Philippines. The Philippines owns
Could
Canada.
be. Yeah.
The United Kingdom.
What?
Did you know that?
They have a queen?
Are you being sarcastic?
They didn't. They
Yes,
don't.
of course. We're not stupid.
They
Did you
don't
know they
own
own
it.
fucking Australia?
They were a colony.
They own the fucking. They own the place. They own the country.
No, they don't. They
They own
used
the
to
land.
be. They used to be a colony
They
own
of
the
Great
land.
Britain.
They own the land.
No.
When you buy land, you don't buy the land.
Oh,
It doesn't belong to you.
when you buy
When you
land,
belongs
buy
to
the
the
land in
government.
Canada, it doesn't. It belongs to the queen.
the
You
queen
are just-
died.
Yeah, there's no queen.
It doesn't matter. It belongs to the state or whatever.
The
They also-
monarchy.
She owns like 27 huge pieces of property, including Australia. Did you know that?
Australia was a penal colony.
Sorry, what?
Penal.
Penal.
Oh, yeah, where they sent all the prisoners.
correct.
That's right. Great Britain doesn't own shit in Canada or Australia.
Okay, well, it's the Queen. So I was reading an interesting little piece of language.
Did your Indian YouTube guy tell you this?
Yeah.
No,
With
I
the
don't-
weird voice?
It's my turn.
No.
It's my turn. Bitch, please.
What's funny is I was editing that one. It may be out there, and as soon as his voice started, we were just like, "What's wrong with his voice?"
Whose voice?
The Indian guy that he watches. It's really high and talks like this.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Was I on
That's
that podcast?
Praveen Moran.
Is that when you had Eagle Rare
That's
and
who
I
did
wasn't
Eagle
here?
Rare, yeah.
Oh, no, it was not.
How many podcasts have you had without me here?
We've had 10 Eagle Rares, so
So
Bottles.
yeah. Oh, great. That's just wonderful. So
So it says-
20.
It says, how much of
10 times
Canada
2.
does Queen Elizabeth own?
None. Zero.
All right, about 89%.
Oh, shut up.
well, it's all the
It cannot be possible.
well, it's the unpopulated shit up north. If it is,
Does it matter?
Yeah, because it's unusable land.
For who?
Okay, no, that
You
is
can't live in
not.
that shit.
That's not irrelevant. That they own. It can't be true for one thing.
Well, it says right here on Google, about
Google.
89% of Canada's land,
We trust Google.
It's owned by the
Eight-
Queen.
0.8 million cubic square miles, cubic square kilometers.
Hectares.
Hectares, decimeters.
Yeah, because they're all in. What is it? Imperial or
Yeah,
But
It's
here's
actually-
the
what's
other
the
thing.
word?
The
What's the
other,
word?
Just a couple blocks.
the other
It's
11%
not
is
imperial. What's the word?
privately owned.
Metric.
metric.
Metric. Metric.
Well, the government up there is
So other
Different
crown
than
land, you
ours.
have Australia, Austria, Bohemia, Barbados.
What? that the Queen owns.
Mm-hmm. Inside France,
Okay, this is retarded.
Poland, and
She
Lithuania.
can't go,
Spain,
I'm going to sell Australia.
Hawaii, Hong Kong.
Hey,
Vietnam.
good news. I'm selling Australia. It's up for sale.
Dude.
Who wants it?
But
And
look,
some dude from Qatar is going to be like, "I'll buy Australia."
I don't think it's a matter of they own it. I think it's a matter of it's a ceremonial.
in Australia, public lands.
Whatever.
Yeah, seriously, get the fuck
In
out of
Australia, public lands without specific tenure,
here. Which is
um,
0 hectares.
are referred to as Crown land, which is described as being held in the right of the Crown of either an individual state or the Commonwealth of Australia. There is not a single crown
Right. It means nothing.
in Australia. Most Crown lands in Australia are held by the Crown, the right of the state. So this is, that's owned by the Queen.
No.
Each
It means
jurisdiction has
basically
its
nothing.
own. I mean, it clearly says
Owned by the state,
the Crown,
which is like Australia, not the
it's
Queen.
royal domain.
Maybe it's owned all by Meghan Markle.
Ooh. She's getting a lot of shit for that Netflix thing. Have you seen some of the blowback she's getting?
Dude, both of them.
Well, more
Harry-
her, but
dude,
yeah,
Harry-
basically
Harry-
Both. I don't care about
he's
them.
getting the flack because he got suckered into this, and she's coming
Yeah,
out
but did you
as
see how much money they made?
$100 million.
Fuck that. I'd be
Hold on. They made $100 million making a documentary for Netflix.
Yes.
Okay, how does Netflix... I thought they were on the downturn.
no.
Well,
I don't know where you heard
I guess
that.
not.
No?
No. I mean, their
So-
numbers may have been lower in one quarter, but I mean, lower than $1 billion is just a little bit.
So
it's still
I-
$1 billion.
I haven't watched it, and
I will not watch it.
You
I'm not
literally,
watching it
you would
either.
literally have to like torture me to watch it, and I will not.
I've just seen footage where she's mocking the Queen
Yeah.
in front of Harry, and Harry is just like, he's not pleased.
Smart. Talk about ruining your life for some pussy.
Yeah, he did,
That's pretty much what went down there.
and he's
Sorry
whipped.
to be vulgar.
He's whipped.
Sorry to be vulgar, but he threw away an entire life of grooming and all this kind of stuff for that.
Well,
For her.
Not that I follow any sort of the Royals, but I think they were talking about it on the 5, and he actually wanted out of that whole scene
I think they all do at some
prior
point.
to her.
Yeah, but they all do at some point. At different
Probably.
stages of their life, they're
Probably.
like, they don't, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like, screw this.
Yeah, if you watch The Crown, it's not a fun life.
I wouldn't want to be part of that.
I wouldn't either.
I don't-
Until they pay me $100 million.
Well, they get paid like that,
I know they do.
but everything they do is scrutinized.
I know. I wouldn't want it.
No.
I quite honestly, I wouldn't want it. I mean, it's easy to say it sounds glamorous and all that kind of stuff, but when you live it and like you don't really have a real life.
Well, look at his life growing up. I mean, the mother and the father. How close do you think he was to his father growing up?
Right.
Probably not at
Right.
all.
And then the Queen's sister. Have you watched The Crown?
I haven't seen the last season, but yeah, I have.
Yeah. Remember the Queen's sister
Yeah.
is always a mess, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's never good enough, and she's insignificant compared
Yeah.
to the rest of the monarchy or the rest of the family. It's a mess. It's a mess. I get it.
Yep.
But man, what a mess Harry has made with the whole Meghan Markle, and she's toxic.
She is. I don't quite understand the. Again,
She's toxic.
I don't
even,
understand
even
the.
with her own family,
Yeah.
like her own family
She's to be
in the
shot.
United States. Well, but I mean, she's just. I don't know.
I don't understand the appeal of the royal family. I don't understand the allure of it.
Well, it's something that you grow up with. I mean, it's instilled with you the day. I mean, if you live,
I think if you're in England, but I don't
Yeah.
understand the Americans' fascination with
I don't
the
either.
royal. That's what it is. I don't understand the Americans.
there isn't.
No,
Yes, there is.
Yes,
There's a
there
huge,
is. Yes, there
huge.
is. Yes, when Queen Elizabeth died, so many people were in mourning in the United
Yeah,
States.
it's
And I was
huge.
like,
me?
No.
what?
No.
I was
No,
like, first off, she's like, what,
You know,
90?
that must be half the country that didn't vote for Trump.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a partisan thing. I don't know if it's,
I don't know. I
it's a
just
left
don't-
or right thing. I think it's just a.
All right, so I just pulled up something here. The
I think it's a
Queen
female thing.
didn't
Is it?
personally own property outside of the UK.
Oh boy, here we go. I already told you, bitch. Please.
But did you have any? What the hell just happened?
I thought we put that to rest. What? Hold on. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. I'm
No,
sorry.
My computer just rebooted.
Even your computer couldn't handle it.
No, well, when you said "bitch, please," it was like.
Computer's like, yeah, he's
Yeah,
right.
your laptop was like, I will not be treated this way.
What it said is that it was more of a ceremonial thing.
Correct.
Everything about the monarchy is ceremonial,
Yeah,
right?
they
They don't
have
even
no
have
power.
Canada.
Yeah, they don't have any real power in
No power.
in Great
Yeah,
Britain
but
either.
excluding Canada, it did say they did own 89% of Canada. Like you said, or you suggested, which it is. I mean, a lot of that.
Well, 90% of that country
90%.
lives like a mile from the border.
Yeah, 90% lives like right there, and the other 10%. There's. I mean, imagine all that area up there.
There's
That's
so much area
It's
up
huge.
there. It's massive. It's
so.
massive.
I mean, can you just? I mean, there's got to be some time of the year where it's inhabitable.
tundra.
I don't think so.
It's a tundra.
I think most of the time it's uninhabitable. Yes, correct. Except for-
Really?
yeah.
Like below freezing.
I don't know if it's below freezing.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, but it is.
I mean, I can look. I can handle going.
But that's when you
I
get
mean, you went fucking Colorado. I mean, that was freezing, right?
Yeah, but living there is
That's-
different.
No, I'm talking
brother,
about
that is
just kinda,
so different. It's so different up
But
there.
living up there is also different because that's when you start dealing with nighttime and daytime lasting forever.
Oh, that's a good
There's
point.
a point where you get up there where
Well, there you go, Alaska.
you're daytime for 3 months or nighttime for 3 months.
You know, that's a great point. So, in terms of latitude, where is Alaska compared to the far north of Canada? It's pretty up there.
It's up there. I don't know if there's any little tendrils
So it should
of
be
Canada.
basically pretty similar. And Alaska is very habitable during the
like,
winter months.
like Anchorage and
yeah,
what's the other one? Juneau.
Juneau. Yeah,
Those are the only two I know.
I know Anchorage and Juneau.
Yeah.
I know
Kitsik. Is that what it is?
Kamchatka.
Well, actually, Alaska. Well, first of all, let's see if I can back out. Canada. Canada stretches all the way up. Okay.
To the North Pole, right?
Way
no,
up
it does
there,
not.
To the
Yeah.
Arctic
So
Circle.
okay, so you have Greenland, which is directly. So the bottom of Greenland is the south.
Here we go.
Is Alaska
We're zooming
essentially?
out.
All
All
right. The bottom of Greenland is essentially the middle of Alaska.
Yeah, zoom out even further. Let's take a look at this.
And
All right, there's Greenland. Good Lord, Greenland's gigantic.
Yeah.
Is
What-
that
what's
the scale, or is that
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those weird
absolutely.
ass?
No. This is actually to scale.
What is all that bullshit at the top? All those islands.
That's ice.
Is that the green stuff?
Oh,
Is that Canada? Is that considered Canada?
That's frozen water,
yeah.
Jeff.
Everything on the left side, everything to the west of the Baffin Bay is Canada.
Look at all that land. And look at Greenland. Is it really that big? I think it's distorted.
No, it's not distorted. The
Trump wanted to buy it.
he did put an offer out.
But,
Yeah.
but
That's
the
as big
queen,
as Africa.
but the Queen owns it.
No, not Greenland.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that is owned by Denmark.
Greenland's as big as Africa.
No shit, it can't be though. I've seen pictures before where it doesn't seem right.
No, the old globes that put on
it
Greenland,
is distorted. I agree.
They strategically there's not distorted.
Yeah, there's no way. Look at it.
No, man.
Greenland has never
it is-
been larger
it
than
is
North
not
America.
distorted.
It's
Greenland is
completely
fucking
distorted.
huge.
Okay, get out of. Give me something that's real. Then Google Maps is jacked.
No, it's not, man.
That's bigger than South America.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
okay, Greenland should be a continent then, because it's bigger than every other continent. That is a jacked up map. I can promise you. I've looked at a lot of maps in my day.
Just go globe back. Go. It's like how big is Greenland?
It is jacked up, by the way. I did it's 700 and so the widest part of Greenland is 728 miles.
Yeah,
So-
that's fits inside of Texas.
Yeah, that map was, way skewed.
It was creepy. It was so big.
Go to MapQuest. See what that shows.
Yeah.
That's the width of Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit more. Actually, it's from Texas to Louisiana, but it doesn't matter.
Even that one is jacked up. Why are they making Greenland look so gigantic? It doesn't make any sense.
It's like the size of Russia if you laid it sideways.
No, it's bigger than all of North America.
It's like taking.
These people are idiots.
Well, it's because they're taking the top
round
of
thing and flattening it out.
and they're flattening it out, and they're just kind of filling in the gap.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
look, here's another thing.
okay.
Greenland is huge.
It's big.
All right, so we'll just leave it at that. Is it that big? No. In fact, it's
the size of Maine.
no,
It's Cape Cod. Delaware.
no. It is pretty cool. I'll tell you that they're saying there's so
look
much.
at that. It's so retarded. It's so
That's
If
ridiculous.
you look at
it's
Google Maps, is what
obscenely
we're looking
large
at.
in this map. And we're on map.
Hey,
we're
Mr.
on Google
Producer,
Maps. We're on
I
Google
want you
Maps.
to go to the farthest left or right click and say measure distance. No, of Greenland. Just go to the far left. That's not the far left.
Measure distance. I didn't know you could do this.
No,
This
right
is kind
there,
of
yeah.
cool.
Click there, right click, say measure distance, and then click to the far left and see what that says. Notice there's an arch as soon as that No. Just click.
No, distance. No, distance to
All right,
here.
now hold that down and move it. There you go.
All right, 8 miles.
But do you notice how it's arched?
I do.
That's because it's an airplane and you go up in the air.
No,
That's right.
that's not because.
That's right. Because it's a humped.
It's because
It's a humped piece of land.
Yeah, kind of like Paul's ass.
I have a humped ass.
No, it's a pumped piece
We
of
all
land.
have a humped piece of ass.
No, don't.
So that's 2,000 miles. Well, the U.S. Do the U.S. The U.S. is
Okay, hold on. 2,000 miles is Africa, end to end?
well widthwise.
Whoa, lots of zooming here.
To what is that? Djibouti. What country is that?
Djibouti?
That's the city. What country is that? That little finger.
Okay,
that
I don't know
sticks
what's
out.
happening. You're making me dizzy. 4,000. The answer is 4,000 miles. Africa's width
Oh, it's Somalia.
at its greatest width is 4,000 miles. All right, what is the United States at its greatest miles? I think it's 3,000 something.
I think it's 35, 33 or 35.
Well, everybody talks about from sea to shining sea.
Well, you want to go up to Maine, don't
Yeah.
Well,
you?
you have to go to that
yeah.
point up there.
well,
And the point way up.
2,800.
Well, but go to the northern part of Washington
Washington?
State. Now we're talking.
Well, that's shorter.
Oh, it became shorter.
well, bring it to Florida.
All right, go back and make it longer. So it's about 3,000.
About 3,000 miles.
Oh, look at that. So that's the longest stretch?
Well,
Is
I
from the
guess.
far
would it
northwest
be from South
Washington to the southern tip of Florida?
Or is it Southern California up to Maine?
I don't know. Wow, look at it. We're getting kind of creative here. All right, so he's putting in Maine down to the southern part of California.
It's relatively 28, 27 100
Right,
miles.
so we're between 28 and 3,000 miles.
Correct.
All right, now what did we say Greenland was? 8 miles?
700 and something.
See, it's tiny. So why does it look so freaking huge on this map? It's irritating.
Yeah, it's a little out of perspective.
Because you can't take a sphere and make it flat.
Well, you can. It does
Yeah,
this.
you can.
Yeah,
rest-
it does, but you got to fill in the blanks.
That's aggravating.
Yeah, it's that top part. It's just like it's
So
just
what does
a
the
plume.
North Pole look like? Scroll down. Let's look
They
at the
don't even
North.
show you the North Pole. They won't let you see it.
Yeah, what the hell? No, you can.
Well, look at Antarctica.
There you go.
Well, that's a
Whoa! Antarctica.
All right, when you
Buy
go to
some
Google
land.
Maps
Sure,
and you
Mendes.
open up
Dude, buy
Antarctica,
some land there. There's
that
got to be a lot of
is
it
the
available.
edge of the planet. Do you know?
It's actually another planet. Okay, this is retarded.
Yeah, that's a little inaccurate.
This
maybe,
is
maybe
this,
this. We ought to go to Google. What is the other one? Google
I don't
Earth?
know.
Google Earth.
Apparently, you're right. You can't depict a spherical planet on a flat map.
Well, yeah, but why did they do it that way? Why can't you? You have flat maps. Why didn't they use
Yeah,
that?
just keep it in a sphere. Okay, you're going to Google Earth. I think this is the right answer. Keep it in a sphere. Don't show it. There we go.
There you go.
Bingo. Now you can roll the whole thing in a sphere. Look how big Africa is. And look how tiny Greenland is.
No, hold on.
It's so cute.
Greenland's not even. Is that Greenland?
That's
Yeah,
Greenland
it's
right
cute.
there.
Or
Look at
zoom
that-
in.
Look
zoom
at
in.
that little
Oh,
thing.
but Sarah, it's still huge.
No, it's not.
No, it's only
Look at Great
750
Britain.
miles wide.
Yeah, look at Great Britain compared to.
Greenland is bigger than Spain. It's bigger than Europe.
Oh, it's big.
Well, yes, but come on.
No one lives
Really?
there.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's bigger than the Scandinavian area.
This is hilarious. All right, there's no North Pole. What happened to the North Pole?
Putin bought it.
Well, there's no land up at the North Pole.
Well, I know, but there should be ice. I mean, what?
Hold on. Santa Claus is up there.
Ah, That is true. Chris Kringle.
Google Earth is amazing. All right, go to Antarctica.
Where's Antarctica?
Yeah, show us how little that is.
Well, it's not little.
It's not little. Now we're talking. That looks.
That's about the size of Greenland.
I wonder what the distance is there. Do you have the same features on this to measure distance?
There might be a little different, but
Now go to the Falkland Islands.
which Falkland Islands?
Yeah, Falcon.
I think
this-
you just made a line.
This podcast in the Falkland Islands, I tell you. So
All right.
I'm confused.
All right, this beat up. So
If we can see Antarctica, why can't we see the North Pole in
'Cause-
Google Maps?
Because there is nothing up there.
It all melted.
There's no land.
Climate change.
Could be.
It all melted.
Well, they
The
say
ozone.
well because Greenland's basically covered in ice.
Greenland is.
Yes,
Well, they show that.
and they're saying because there's land underneath.
Oh, come on. There's the entire North Pole is
Well, you don't
covered in
see-
ice.
Well, you don't see all the ice packs that are up there, do you?
Why exactly? I'm asking why.
Because it's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real. It's fake.
The people walked on that ice, and they had a race to the North Pole. Who won that? Remember all that? Remember
Yeah, I
that
remember
big?
that.
Was a big deal.
I think it was Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
She did, and she looked hot doing it.
Could be John Glenn.
I'll tell you what.
She's wearing the little short shorts on the North
I like
Pole.
I like that one scene of Tomb Raider where something was about to explode and
A volcano.
she was running, and
Were things going to and fro?
oh my God, it
Was that Kate Beckinsale?
No,
it was
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie, man.
Second best.
God bless. I mean, she was running and she had these.
She was Baywatching.
Dude, her boobs were like
That's what I'm talking about.
arguing, and they were like attacking each other, and they were just like trapped in this thing, and you just.
And you know what's crazy? She like prides herself on being a very
Well, she had breast cancer. She had it removed.
No, she did not. She did that preemptively
Well, something like that.
because her mother.
that's right.
Because her mother had breast cancer.
And then she had implants.
I believe so. Because
well,
it looks like she has
falsies.
boobs.
Good
now.
for her. That's gutsy. Being all serious right now.
Yeah.
That's gutsy. If she knows that her mother and her grandmother's mother, I mean, all died of breast cancer, and she's like, I'm not taking any chances, and removes what would be perfectly healthy breasts. That's
Yeah.
I
that's
wonder who's got
that-
those breasts.
really.
You think someone saved them?
They're in a jar.
On
You
a
s-
mantle?
You say jar at the same time.
Yes. Coke.
You want me a Coke? Oh.
You're gay.
You're gay.
I wonder if
You're gay.
I wonder if you could
God,
take
we're so mean to
someone
each other on
else's boob juice and pump it into somebody else's boob juice as a normal, like, let's say like Paul wants a breast augmentation.
Yes, I
And,
do.
I just don't think you can
I've been
take
talking
people's
about it
fat.
for months.
I don't know. Can you?
You can't change organs.
Hold on. What
Yeah,
are we
you
talking
can.
about? What time out?
You can have a heart transplant,
It's
a
gotta
spleen
match.
transplant.
It's got to match.
Well,
What
I
has
mean,
to
if you
match?
match,
Well, I guess if you match, you could change fat.
so you can change fat.
Well, yeah, but are you going to go through all that and go, yeah, I'm on the boob fat
Hey, look,
transfer list,
if there are women,
transplant list?
there are women out there that will do anything to get a boob change.
Well, they- well,
augmentation.
Well, the
what the hell are we talking
well, the
about?
Brazilian butt lift is taking fat from their stomach and jamming it in their ass.
What is that for?
You make it sound so vulgar.
Is that pushing for the
Is to give them a bigger ass.
Really?
You know these ladies with the
pushing
big,
for the pushing?
like
really?
Madonna has her big ass. I bet you got a Brazilian butt
God,
lift.
Madonna, what the fuck is
Train
going
wreck.
on with Madonna?
She's a
Train
wreck.
wreck.
She is like what is the other lady that died during surgery that used to be a talk show host and had a really scratchy voice, like
Joan
Joan
Collins.
Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah,
Right.
she that was a good little impersonation, wasn't it?
No,
No.
Oh, damn it! So,
no, not so good. So
but my point is
I-
that she had all kinds of facelifts and junk going on nonstop.
isn't that sad that women in Hollywood that were beautiful at one time can't handle that they're like aging,
Right.
and they seem like they're all doing it now.
Well, you know what?
They're
The guys are
all-
starting to do it too. Look at the Commodore's Lionel Richie.
Yep.
Yeah, he's looking strange.
I mean, they
Then you have the guy that
their
was
faces
on
are so
Spider-Man.
tight.
Yeah, pull up Lionel Richie. See what he looks like today.
Their faces are so tight, and I'm like, just why can't you be okay with yourself?
Well, I just saw him on the the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His face looked almost swollen, but it looked very tight.
Tight. That's the key. Everything looked. I mean, well, look at Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones's face is like skin, like crazy tight.
Yeah, this one down here in the middle. Next one down.
That one.
Look at that. Something's going on there.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
I don't know. He's always had something done. I don't know if he's had fillers put in or what, but
I just wish people just would be themselves and not get work done. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I applaud people like Jamie Lee Curtis not getting any work done. Apparently,
well, she didn't. Well, she look like it. She got the gray hair.
Yep.
She was rocking the body back in the day, man.
Yeah, she was. She was. And you know what? I mean, she was beautiful then, and she's beautiful now. I mean, we age, guys.
Yeah.
We all age. And Hollywood people and celebrities, they can't. I think it's sad that they can't just come to grips with the fact that their body ages and they gotta just be okay in their own skin, But they can't.
Yeah.
They can't do it. They want to relive or hang on to everybody gloating over them, but they don't. That's the thing. People don't gloat over them.
I'll tell you who looked good on that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concert is Pat Benatar was inducted, and I don't think she's had any work done.
All right, let's check it out. Pat Benatar, recent pictures.
She has gray hair, but she was rocking like a little mini skirt. Her legs were rocking out. She's 70.
She's awesome,
or
too.
69. And
where do you see this stuff? Do you watch it on mainstream TV?
No, it's on HBO. These are not recent pictures.
Yeah, recent pics of.
Put in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
There you
go. And she's got. I mean, the haircut's terrible, but it's gray hair, and she looked good. I think. I mean, she's probably had a ton of makeup on.
Right.
There she is, right there in the middle. Yeah, that's what she looked like.
Okay, zoom in on that. Let's take a look. Okay.
I don't think she's had any work. Look at her neck. It's old. Her husband's old.
Yeah, her neck looks.
She's got the gray hair.
Her cheeks are pretty tight, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, but she
you
sounded
like
great.
Mickey Rourke, right?
He's had a shit ton, too.
Well, he was a boxer and had some bad things happen with his. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, but he's a mess now.
Complete face transformation.
Looks like someone took a condom and just covered his whole head with it. And
wow.
It's just,
Mickey Rourke.
I mean, it's just
the before and after, like 9.5 weeks, Mickey Rourke versus his Iron Man.
Yeah, it's just a train
Iron
wreck.
Man, Mickey Rourke.
Well, did you ever see him in The Wrestler?
What happened? Was it bad plastic surgery that went bad?
Okay.
Well, he broke his face boxing, and then he had plastic surgery, which made it even worse. I mean, look at that.
Amazing.
Yeah, he looks like Carrot Top now.
Carrot Top's another one who's got a lot of work done.
Who's Carrot Top?
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian that uses props for comedy. He's actually kind of funny, but
he because a movie I recommend called The Wrestler.
Wow.
Mickey Rourke is in. It's about a WWE style wrestler on the last leg of his career.
He said it's really good.
It's extremely good. Well done. And he's in it. And
is he the main actor?
Yes,
he's the
main. He's
great.
the wrestler. He's the main character.
Yeah.
And I recommend it. It's very, very good. I don't know if he was nominated for Oscar or not, but I recommend it. He was in that, and he took steroids to get into shape, and he's admitted it because he's in the little bikini thing and strutting around. He's in his 50s or whatever.
Right.
So, and flying around and stuff like that. And he
look at him when he's young, that middle picture.
Yeah.
I mean, what a stud.
yeah, I'd do him.
Well,
yeah, I think we all would.
Well,
No, I'm
what's
joking.
this
There's no
third
way.
one in?
The hell,
with the
man,
hat.
really?
Look at that. What's up with that?
I'm telling you.
Got himself a little chihuahua.
What
is that?
happened? Anyway,
I don't know.
good looking dude, man, when he was young.
So I got to tell you, over the last couple weeks, we've had the social media multi-platform new owner of Twitter, Elon Musk,
Yep.
get berated because he purchased it, and there was all kinds of drama on, oh god, he's gonna do this,
He's
gonna
stifling
do that.
free speech.
Yeah, he's gonna change it, and everyone's jumping off ship, and
Yeah, advertisers are being shamed.
yeah, but now the advertisers are coming back because the
Yeah.
reality of it is that
Twitter makes them money as well.
money is money. Advertisers got to advertise.
That's
so
the thing about capitalism and business. They're there to make money.
That's why Ricky Gervais said
Normally.
on the what does he do? Ricky Gervais, the Globals, the Emmys,
Golden Globes.
the Golden Globes. He was just like, he says, when you get your award, thank God and your mom and dad and fuck off because you think that you're laughing right now, but he was like, but if ISIS got developed a streaming business, you'd call your agent right now to get on board and to get money. Money is money. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're greedy. It's
Yeah,
about
they
greed.
don't care.
Well,
it's all about money.
Well, just like the golfers going to live,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. They're not loyal to anything. They're loyal to money.
Well, the thing is Live is owned by Saudi Arabia,
Saudi Arabia.
who is not very nice.
No.
They
Yeah, they
killed.
throw-
They got
they
got
throw gay
they got
people off the fucking
Well, they killed
buildings.
Khashoggi, right? They dismember the guy.
Yep. Inside of the embassy.
Yeah.
And they peppered his body parts in the local garden that was there inside the building. They were
Really?
like, they took some body parts and they put it in the garden there.
Ooh.
And did the garden start doing well?
They flourished.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
And someone waves, "I'll give you $12 million a year if you come play for me." Oh, okay. I'll look past my ethics and morals.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of human rights violations.
And that was some of the kickback that they were getting, like Phil Mickelson, and some of the big names and whatever. There, how do you justify? Prior to this, you were against Saudi Arabia and some of the things they were doing, and now all of a sudden they're waving this huge check in front of you.
Yeah.
You're going to look past that.
Yeah.
Well, they
The
say,
question,
well,
the answer is
this
yes.
is-
I am. I guess
It's
for
media
them.
relations. It's relations with other countries. It's similar to going to the World Soccer Cup or the Olympics.
Yeah, I wonder if that live is going to survive.
How many? Well, I mean,
I haven't watched any of it. I don't watch golf. Anyway,
I don't watch
but
golf either.
but-
So I have.
Saudi Arabia
What
makes
percentage of
money-
the golf pros have gone over? Do you
Quite
know?
a bit.
Saudi Arabia
half
makes
or-
so
I don't
much
know.
money
Yeah, quite a bit.
on oil that you're talking 500 million. I don't even know. It's an astronomical amount of money a day.
Right. But
They
it's, so,
can afford it.
but it's so bad for the environment.
Whatever. So Elon
like
Musk purchased Twitter.
Yeah.
And he's going through closets. He's finding stay woke, hashtag stay woke, T-shirts. They're rummaging through the networks and just the archives, and they come up with these files from
Yep.
when Trump during the right before
2020, right.
during the election time, they learned that there was some sincere suppression going on.
Dude, he's exposing all sorts of radical censorship, radical ideology.
But unless you're on Twitter or watch one of the news programs like Fox or something like that, you're not going to know about it.
You don't know about it
Because ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, New York Times, they're not covering this shit.
And I don't know about a prominent Democrat, but a Democrat politician came out and said, he came on Fox News and he was like, his guy's name is Khanna, Khanna. He said half the country doesn't know about Twitter files.
Rogue Khanna.
Yeah, this guy, he's a Democrat politician. He's on Fox News because he's not afraid to talk about both sides of the aisle, right? Both sides of the issue. And he's saying this is the problem. Half the country doesn't even know about this Twitter release. Here we are going, these are bombshells, right? Michelle Obama was the one that got, Trump forced off of Twitter. That's a bombshell, right?
Right.
Hunter Biden, the FBI was talking to the Twitter executives about, suppressing the Hunter Biden. That's a bombshell. These are huge bombshells, right?
Right.
Everything that all the conservatives have
We're going. Now there's proof.
Yeah, have been alleging, right, all this time. There's proof. It's proven. Not covered by mainstream media.
No, this is a
So-
nothing. This is a nothing burger. This is old news.
Yeah. Oh, even the
Oh, yeah, and
White
that's
House
just it.
is like, really?
Yeah,
We
that fucking steams my ass, man. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like
ridiculous.
we've been contesting this and saying what's up, and it's like that's not true. That's false information.
That's the
Russ
definition of
disinformation.
gaslighting.
And you know what?
That is the definition of
If you
gaslighting.
even mention this, we're gonna fucking block your face off of Twitter and every other social media, and we're just
Yep.
gonna kill it.
And they did it.
Meanwhile, you've got the former head of Trust and Safety, Yoel Roth. You know that little guy?
Yale. Or Yoel.
As in Joel.
who's this?
Yoel. It's Yoel, Yoel Roth, R-O-T-H.
So he was one of the main guys doing this.
Oh, yeah, he was the head. He was
Yeah.
one of the
Oh, on
lead
Twitter.
guys on
On
Twitter.
Twitter, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
basically, he was the one that was like, you know, block this dude. And there were several folks from, even from China, that were consultants that were going to Twitter saying, hey, man, look, we come from a country that this happens all the time, and we highly discourage it. It's a very slippery slope. And once you start doing this, he
Yep.
was like, I don't care. And by the way, you know what? We need to take Donald Jr. off as well. We're going to create we're going to create new guidelines so that we can eliminate Donald Trump.
So
It's all
here-
about resist.
Here's the problem. These people believed, I think they believe in their heart that they're doing a good thing for the country.
It's the power of suggestion.
No,
of
but
course.
are you following me though? I mean, they're not like going, oh man, the right and the conservatives are speaking some truth here, and we don't want that truth to reach the left. We don't want the truth to reach the country, so we're going to do everything They are literally thinking that the right and the conservatives are a bunch of liars.
Bunch of evil liars.
A bunch of evil liars, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that their evil message of hate and bigotry and no freedom and all that kind of stuff.
But that's fake. That's
Total
for-
bullshit. It's total bullshit. Yes, I agree. But these people think they're doing the right thing. That's what's scary. That's what's scary. They think they're doing the right thing.
So
they think they're doing
Elon
an honorable thing.
unveiled a series of files.
Yeah,
Series.
I think they're
five
up to
drops
5
now.
so far, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
And they're not insignificant. None of them.
Yeah, they're all
significant.
But you know, you've got people like Jack Dorsey, who is now like
Sack of shit.
Well, he is. He
Well,
first
he may
of
be
all-
getting in trouble because he testified in
Yeah,
front
but
of Congress
He
that
lied.
this stuff was not happening.
He
Yeah,
lied.
he was
That's
just like, is this
lying.
happening? He was like, no.
He lied.
So I imagine he's going to be pulled up in front again here soon, the next
So,
couple
but
years.
you know what? But here's what Jack Dorsey says. Jack Dorsey calls for Elon Musk to release the Twitter files without filter and let people judge for themselves. So, what is that all about? Or is that just a little Jedi
Well,
mind
I
trick?
mean, maybe that feeds into what I'm saying, that they were looking at all of the stuff from both sides, and they're like going, you know, this is evil, this is hate speech, and this is, you know, Trump is hate speech, and we're gonna you know, protect the country from this.
That's what they thought. That's what that whole January 6th thing was.
I know.
They shut that down. And what's interesting is it's the higher levels that were doing this because they had the everyday workers questioning it. This does not really meet it.
Yeah.
And then this guy, Yale, would trump it and go, yeah, no, it whatever. Doesn't meet our terms of service.
I thought the same thing. And then Elon Musk comes into the picture, and suddenly now these people are like willing to work with him to produce all these files.
Right.
If they believed in what they were doing in terms of censorship, they wouldn't be making it so easy
I think there is
to
a
release this stuff.
think
I'm talking
that-
about the Twitter employees.
correct. I think there is a level. I think there is a group of folks, a lot of them,
Yeah,
that
it was wrong.
didn't
They
necessarily
know it was
agree
wrong.
with it, but there is also a lot of folks. And when your boss and your extremely high up person tells you what's going to happen,
Oh,
you do it.
you do it.
Well,
Otherwise, you lose your
they
job.
run an
Right.
interesting stat on the Fox News regarding the ratio of left versus right with the employees of Twitter, and I don't. It jumped from like 80 to 90 to 96. So
liberal left.
yeah,
Well, it's in California, bro.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
it's California's.
but it's just
well,
you know,
I should rephrase.
but you do have
Urban
a small percentage
California.
in there that aren't left. So
Yeah.
it's those folks that are standing tall and saying, "Hey, man, this is what was going on."
yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting if he moves it to Texas like he did Tesla?
Well, if they keep
Well.
doing shit like investigate people sleeping in the headquarters and how that's a violation of something.
Elon's
Are
like,
you
hey
kidding
man,
me?
why don't you focus on the girl that just got murdered last week in your
Right.
backyard?
I mean, Elon Musk is begging them to give him a reason to move out of California.
So
I can
on
guarantee that.
December 7th, Jack Dorsey fires a tweet out. Elon says, it looks like we will need another day or two to release these files. And Jack Dorsey's like, if the goal is transparency to build trust, I know I said this kind of, but I want to not paraphrase. I want to say exactly what he said.
Okay.
Why not just release everything without filter, let people judge for themselves, including all discussions and current future actions. Make everything public now. So I'm kind of wondering what Jack's
Where is he
angle-
going with that?
Yeah, to
And
me,
is Elon Musk trimming out some important stuff?
I think Jack is trying to insinuate. I think by making that statement,
Like a Jedi mind trick, like you said.
yeah,
mind
that's
trick.
kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, all
Because
right,
Jack
well,
Dorsey's a smart guy, whether you agree with him or not.
Oh, of course he is.
He's a smart guy. He created Twitter. He left. He created Square, and then he came back to Twitter.
But I
is
also
Square
also get
that
the sense
point
that,
of operating system.
Yes.
but he also
That you
came
probably
out.
have on your phone, or used to.
Huh.
That's his
Yeah.
company.
He also came out and said we made some mistakes. He admitted to making mistakes.
Right. I also think his second venture as CEO, I don't think he was involved
That much.
that much because I think a lot of this shit was going on without his knowledge. At least I hope, because otherwise he's just a dense
once you-
motherfucker.
Once you
Right,
build
yeah.
your empire like that, you don't want to micromanage. You've already done it, so you're just like, hey, I'm the head. Every shit rolls to me. You lean on the people that work for you to get the job done.
You still need to
you
know what's
delegate.
going on, though. You still need to go know what's going on
Yeah, you
yeah,
do. You do.
You kind of do, but
because you still report to a board. And
Yeah.
you have to give, because
And the
Twitter
goal-
was a public company, so you're reporting to the board, you're reporting to the stock exchange
That's
every
right.
quarter.
And the board is responsible for making sure that the company is making all decisions in favor of the stakeholders.
Correct.
That's it. That's their job.
So
I
To
don't
make
has
sure
and-
that they're
and-
maximizing the return for the stakeholders, which is why ESG is bullshit.
it is.
It's total bullshit. That's not in the interest of the stakeholders. It's not in the interest of making money. It is in the interest of boosting your score and looking like a very responsible company. But that's not
Well,
that's not
fuck
about
that.
making money.
Yeah, ESG, I think, is the next wave that's going to have to be killed.
It's gonna and states are starting to jump in.
Lots of states. Arizona's the latest one.
Yep, Arizona, Missouri, Texas, and Florida. Those are 4 big ones.
Yep.
And they're saying no state money is going to be put into
all right, so
any
what
company
is
that's advocating
environmental, social,
the ESG
and
thing.
governance investing. So what is your investment making? There's a little article here. So it says its investing refers to a set of standards for a company's behavior used by socially conscious investors.
socially. That's the key. Socially conscious investors.
Yeah,
So-
to screen potential investments.
Right. So here's the thing. So to get into certain index funds, right, on the stock market, right? If people are like, you know what, I want to invest in the stock market, but I want to make sure I'm investing in socially responsible companies. I want to make sure my money's not going to a fossil fuel sucking oil company.
ExxonMobil.
Yeah, ExxonMobil or BP. So I want to make sure that when I put my money into a mutual fund, that's ESG responsible. Okay. So then
That's all
that
the
company.
young people.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally. And then those people, the hedge fund manager or the mutual fund manager, they pull together the companies that have high ESG scores.
I wouldn't invest in that.
Check this: Tesla got booted. Tesla,
Really?
like the world's biggest electric car company, where all the liberals of the world that are trying to be
That is
responsible.
a direct result from Biden.
No, that is
Because Biden went in and cursed Tesla,
right.
slandered them.
Well, because of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you
because
what.
of Elon Musk.
Tell you what, there's been a big push on these whole EVs because they're saying they're zero emissions. I actually saw and they're not.
Yeah,
No
that's not
way.
true.
They moved the emissions to a different place
Yes,
because it's zero emissions at the pipe, which they don't have pipes, exhaust pipes.
right.
That is true. But
But
all those emissions have been moved elsewhere.
Yeah.
along the chain, whether in production or the electricity that it's coming from. Your emissions are elsewhere.
Right.
It's not coming out of your engine, but it's
Not to mention they're fueling the car with fossil fuel generated electricity.
correct. And I saw a commercial the other day, and I don't remember who it was, and it said 0 emissions at the pipe on the commercial.
Oh, they're clarifying.
So they're clarifying it now.
yeah.
So 0 emissions at they use the pipe. They use something else, some other term.
Yep.
But they basically had a little disclaimer, had a little star down there at the bottom, little small print.
Yeah.
0 emissions at the pipe.
You know, I was thinking today, I was just driving down the road and I saw a Tesla and I was thinking to myself, if that guy holds on to that car for 8 years, 10 years, he's going to have to buy new batteries.
Correct.
And those new batteries are like $20,000.
Yep.
So how is that a great investment to buy a Tesla?
It's not.
It's not at all.
I would
When
never
I buy a car,
used.
I have a 2006 Jetta
Yeah.
that I have put maybe in repairs $4,000. Okay, it is now what? How 2006 to 16 years old?
Yeah. Well,
$4,000 over 16 years, and
Yeah.
it's a diesel, and it gets pretty good gas mileage, right? 30 something in the city. I'm thinking that's good, right? Hang on to it a long time.
Right.
Tesla, you hang on to that car for that long, you're
Well-
going to buy another car.
Well, I think the aftermarket for an electric vehicle is going to be crap. Because when I was looking for a car for my son,
Right.
there were hybrids. And I was looking at those. I was like, a hybrid's a good idea. Great gas mileage. You're not relying on battery. But I looked at it. I was like, well, this is already 8 years old, and it's got
New-
140,000 miles on
And
it.
it needs
I'm like,
a new bank of batteries.
so I Googled it. I think it was a Ford Fusion hybrid. I was like, what's the battery life on a Ford? About 100,000 miles. This car was already at 140. And I was like, no, because that battery, as soon as I get that in a year
Bank of
or
batteries.
less, is going to die.
And then what?
You
How
got to
much?
replace it.
Yeah, how much?
Oh, I know. That's what I mean.
Did you look it up? Or
No,
did-
I stopped.
no,
it.
but I'm hearing serious
Well,
numbers
it
on the
is.
Tesla.
It is. It's $14,000, $15,000, $20,000 depending on the car.
I mean,
Because I actually read a story. There was
how
a-
do they think that's going to end? How is that a smart
so
investment?
Here's
That
how
is
this
not a
gonna
smart
end.
investment.
At least this is what
No.
the latest proposition is. So the latest proposition that they're putting out right now is the Fusion. There's supposedly some breakthrough on Fusion.
Dude, we're decades away from it being something practical. But keep going. Go ahead.
They say 8 decade within the
Mm.
next 10 years.
Okay, keep going.
So, but the reality of it, that is probably the reality of it, because here's the thing. What they're proposing, so the Fusion's always been an option. However,
it's something they have always worked on.
they've worked on it, but they've never quite been able to get the potential from it. So when they're talking about combining elements, they're saying that you combine. So, for example, if you put in 1 megajoule and 1 megajoule, you combine them, boom, the output is 0.7 megajoules.
Right.
So they're losing 1.3 somewhere in the process. You do the fusion process, there's energy created, but it's not enough to warrant the process.
That's right. More energy is poured into the process than is generated.
So,
And for the first time ever, this experiment
yeah, so
produced more energy than
Yes.
was put into it.
specifically, they put in 2.05 megajoules of energy into it, and it yielded
More.
3.15.
That, for the first time
For the
ever,
first
has
time.
made it
What were the elements?
Well, you're never going to know that.
strontium,
Strontium and nutsack.
nutsack, scrotum juice.
Scrotum juice. So they're going to count on the males for
And-
So,
taint
but here's
shavings.
the thing.
so
In-
trans women.
they've already
They're
the
gonna fuel
government
the
has
world.
already harnessed this information. The Department of Energy
That was a big
has-
release today.
has captured it. They're not going to release it because
No, it was a big press conference today.
yeah, but they're not going to release the
like how they did it.
details of it.
No.
Because here's the thing: the reason why is first of all, the government has grabbed control of it because they want to harness the energy for weaponry.
a fusion
Right off the
bomb.
bat. Right off the bat. So I'm like, what the fuck? So, here's what I think of in the big grand scheme of things. You think of our civilization, and you think of the Earth, and you think of how old the Earth is, and how many times has the Earth reach to a point where everybody on it dies, and then it gets rebooted. Dinosaurs, humans, boom, come back. I think fusion is the last cog in the system that, and that's the reason why they're not going to release this information, because it is so volatile that it only takes a little bit to make a huge. It's going to be extremely difficult to harness one.
It's like dark matter.
Well, whatever it is, it's
explosions that you'll kill lots of people.
Dude, it's like one of these things that it's going to be like you can make it in your kitchen, like fucking bleach and ammonia, and you mix it, and it's. I mean, I'm not saying it's that.
Is it like the God particle?
We don't know.
Remember
is
that?
what it is.
The collider.
The collider, yeah.
And they thought there were people that like, don't do it. It's going to end the world. Remember that?
That was the super collider over in Europe somewhere,
Yes.
right? The CERN or something.
And they
like that.
did it. They did it.
Well, they did because they're idiots. It's just like.
Well,
dude.
it's like, well, this could happen. We could end everyone.
They were
Yeah.
like, it could create a black hole in the middle of the earth or
What
something
did it do?
crazy
Did it do
like
anything?
that. No, it didn't do anything.
Didn't they have to get going to a certain speed and they rammed it into something or something?
Yeah, it
Yeah, no, that's the whole
did
point.
Something. It probably did a couple miles away. Hey, Bob, wasn't your car parked there?
Someone stole my car. No, they didn't.
It imploded.
Yeah,
It vanished.
it's gone.
Well, my point by bringing this up is that this technology, you got to be kind of fearful, and it's got to be managed extremely well.
Oh, yeah,
because
of
if
course.
this stuff, I mean,
It's no different than fission. I mean, you can manage it extremely well. They were in like as fast as they could, trying to harness the power of fission reaction so they could build a bomb to kill a bunch of people.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, in the 50s.
Well, this stuff is supposed to produce.
No, I'm sorry.
Next to
I'm sorry. When did World War II end?
Nuclear
46, right? 45, 46?
45.
So there's
The
no
two- the
effluent
two
produced
bombs
from
were
the
dropped in
transaction
45.
of this fusion.
Wow. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that. So they're saying that when the fusion process occurs, that there's no destructive effluent that is produced by the
There's
process.
no byproduct. No harmful byproduct. That's
No,
correct.
at all. So
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's the perfect energy.
So you got to be able to manage it. That's the whole thing. You have to be able to manage it. So I mean, that would be like the perfect thing. I don't, to me, I'd be slapping some labels on it and putting it out there. Why aren't they?
That's a good question. So the danger of a fission reaction, right? So that's where you start a chain reaction when neutrons are flying all over the place.
That's nuclear bomb.
Yeah, but not neutrons, but electrons, I think, are flying all over the place.
Was it protons?
And then they protons, and then they put the control rods down into the reaction, and the control rods absorb. That's how they control. They keep it from getting out of control. Those control rods go down into the reaction, and it absorbs the things that are flying around, breaking up the other.
Well,
right?
that's the difference
what I'm talking
between the
about?
two. There's an absorption, and then there's the release.
So that's how the energy is created, right? When they get this stuff all fired up, and these, I can't remember which, is it electrons? Are flying all over the place,
Photons?
smashing into other ones and breaking them apart. That's fission, right? You break something apart, and it creates heat. And then that reaction starts going and going and going and going.
Yeah, typically, the
and then
protons
they have
are
to
in the
control
center.
it.
Electrons are the ones that bounce around.
Right. So electrons are bouncing around. They put the control rods into the reaction, and it absorbs the electrons and slows the reaction down. That's how they keep a fission reactor from melting down. That's how they control it, right? By putting those rods in there and absorbing the electrons. So in a fusion reaction, you're not splitting.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, you're not splitting apart atoms. You're putting atoms together.
Yeah, you're forcing atoms together. It's kind of like taking the north and south end of a magnet and trying to force them together. And you know how you get that little ether action going on?
Yeah, like
And-
where it kind of starts to
You
fight it.
struggle to push it together. That's kind of my visual concept I could share with people. What a fusion is.
So
is that it's that ether energy that's there. That's the potential.
So I'm trying to.
How do you capture that?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I don't know, man.
Well, it's not about capturing it. So it
Well, it's
generates
harnessing. You're harnessing and capturing the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
How do you? So that there's an energy in there. How do you get that
it
Well,
creates
and use
heat.
it?
Like electromagnetic pulse or something.
No, everything has to do with heat. It creates heat, and then the heat is going to boil water, which makes steam, which turns a turbine.
So we're going to steam engines.
Oh no! That's what fission reactions are.
Well, I know, but our cars are internal combustion, right? So
So
instead
what
of
type
gas,
of
it'll be
energy
water?
is fusion going to
so it'll be,
create?
Well,
we'll
I
be
don't think
driving
we're
steam
gonna. I don't think
engines?
we're gonna
So
have.
a type of nuclear reaction in which atomic nuclei combine to form more massive nuclei with a stimulus or simultaneous release of energy. That doesn't really do it. So let's do the combining of nuclei, small atoms. No, move on. A nuclear reaction in which nuclei combine to form more massive nuclei with the simultaneous. So it's the release of energy. That's what I'm saying. It's a release of energy, but what is it releasing?
And how do you capture that?
And my big question is that this defies the laws of physics. You know, when you think about it, because it's just like energy A put in produces this much, energy
Right.
B put in produces this. How can you yield a larger input? I'm sorry, a larger output than what's input?
I don't know because I'm not.
We're
a
not
fusion-
physicists.
I'm not a fusion
Well, there's
reaction.
the one thing that we're not thinking about is our environment, which is rich in what? Oxygen,
Water,
oxygen, carbon dioxide,
dioxide.
nitrogen.
nitrogen is a lot. So that is
silicates.
the only thing I can think of that is unaccounted for during the fusion reaction
Well,
that I would think about.
yeah. So,
Wasn't there hydrogen fusion?
well, that's what the sun is.
Right.
Hydrogen fusion.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
how the
not that
sun
smart.
generates
And
its heat.
isn't that when you hear these hydrogen-run cars? Isn't that
No, that is you're not doing fusion. You're burning hydrogen. You're burning
then
hydrogen.
why don't we do that?
Well, they've talked about it. I mean,
what's
that is
what are
a
the
totally
downsides to that?
underutilized energy source. Is burning hydrogen.
Because your exhaust is water, isn't
it's
it?
it's
Yeah,
very low
I
emissions.
think the problem
it
with
makes
hydrogen
no sense.
is it burns extremely hot. So
Yeah, but they
I
had-
think it's hard to manage
Well,
that.
they have hydrogen buses.
Well,
Absolutely.
Look at the batteries. Would those
Absolutely.
things catch fire?
Exactly.
I don't know. You bring up a good point.
Personally, hydrogen. I think hydrogen would have been a much better source than electric
Yeah,
batteries.
those batteries catch fire. They have to use special chemicals to put them out, and if they don't, they burn for days.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And here we are in Europe and the United States shutting down fission reactions, fission reactors, nuclear reactors. It doesn't make any sense. That literally has no emission. It has a byproduct, which is a highly radioactive control rods because they won't reuse them. Because if you reuse them, they become plutonium, which can be the ingredient of a bomb.
Dirty bomb, right?
No, a
real bomb.
A real bomb.
So the dirty bomb are the used rods.
Correct.
I'm reading the book now that has to do with dirty
So
bomb.
let me recap this. I love it. I love this history. It's crazy. So the people that invented the whole nuclear reaction, right, the fission reaction, they were like, this is the holy grail of energy. What we're going to do
Make
is
a bomb out of it.
yeah, we're going to start with uranium. And uranium are the control rods, okay? The control rods. So in the fission reaction, the electrons are going all crazy, and they absorb into the uranium, and it becomes uranium is unstable, right? It's unstable, right? It's radioactive. It's unstable, and then as it absorbs, we're taking a
Your
selfie.
camera sucks.
Yeah,
Dude.
it really does. It's all.
God.
We were taking a selfie in the middle of my very profound scientific conversation.
I was defeated.
I'm being minimized.
'Cause
I'm being
you know it's
minimized
right.
here.
It's like you even look. You're like, man, that's bad.
Yeah, I
Very
did.
bad. Very bad.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm sorry. I was distracted by my.
So let me finish this. So those uranium control rods, when they absorb electrons, they turn into plutonium, which is very stable. Very stable. You don't have to bury it in a salt mine somewhere. It's not radioactive. It's plutonium.
Yeah, but you have to guard it.
You have to guard it.
Yeah,
You have to guard it. You have to make sure
maintain it. And
No one
that's-
steals
that's,
it.
to be able to
that's
make a nuclear bomb, you
That's
have
exactly
to have
what
plutonium.
Hillary Clinton sold to Putin.
She gave them uranium.
Oh, she gave him the cake, the
Yeah,
sponge.
uranium.
Yellow cake.
Which you can enrich into plutonium. Yes. Anyway, but my point is, and then when the United States got very nervous about it becoming plutonium, it completely took away the benefit of nuclear reactors, which was no emissions, no dangerous byproduct, because they got scared of people getting plutonium.
All right. Well, Mr.
And
Producer,
getting
you were
plutonium
pulling
is
up
not
something
how
about why we
hard
don't
it is
use
to make a bomb.
hydrogen.
It's how to make the bomb. Like
Right.
and that and it totally in an instant in a boneheaded decision to not let it get enriched to the point where it became plutonium, totally cut the nuts off of nuclear energy.
Well,
There you have it.
All right. Well, that's Paul with the
Little history lesson there.
the factoids. The Cliff Clavinisms of the nuclear reaction. Mr. Producer, you were pulling up the hydrogen and why we don't use hydrogen cars. And that kind of
that absolutely should be something we should be doing.
Yeah. So here's why we don't use why the interest in using hydrogen combustion engines. What's kind of weird. It kind of disappeared. Engines. Okay, so reading the top part. Hydrogen combustion motors aren't a new idea. Back in the 1800s, hydrogen was a fuel of choice because gasoline was too unstable to use. Everything changed when engineers added carburetors to petroleum engines, a raw form of the fuel injection we're familiar with today. Gas became safer to use since they could not achieve proper air-to-fuel ratios for combustion.
Could now approve.
Fast forward over 100 years, and the gasoline-powered motors are phasing out for more preferred methods of fueling our vehicles. Hydrogen is coming back into the limelight, but many people question its true effectiveness. Why the interest in using hydrogen combustion engines? Engines running on octane fuel have dominated sales for many years.
Yeah.
So it's all based on money.
Right, based on money.
So because you make money off of gas, you don't make money off of hydrogen.
Oh, the entire world is built to refine oil into gas.
Now that we're in the age of running on fossil fuels, it's a real threat because needs are changing. The people want an alternative that not only saves our natural resources but reduces the carbon emissions that gasoline releases. They're damaging the environment. Interest in other fuels like hydrogen are climbing because more people want to reduce the negative effects of gasoline on Earth.
Whatever.
But still, it doesn't really give us the meat of why they're not using hydrogen currently.
It's water emissions instead of carbon.
No,
It's easier. It's an easier mixture to ignite. It can run on lean mixtures and still combust quickly. I mean, it is a better source. It's a better source.
So
Because of high diffusivity, hydrogen spreads and mixes with air quicker than gasoline. It reduces dangers associated with possible leaks.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all going to die when we have a hydrogen car. No question about it.
You stand there next to a
like
gas
the
pump, you
Hindenburg.
smell it, right? You like don't smell the vapors.
why?
If you're for gasoline.
What are you from,
Oh,
Louisiana?
I thought you meant for hydrogen.
Yeah, with hydrogen, I don't think you really have to deal with that.
You can get a water bottle and just
Now,
collect it.
is liquid hydrogen cold? Cold?
I would imagine it's
I don't
compressed.
know.
Anything compressed that's a gas is cold.
So you'd have to have your car would be completely different. You'd have to have some kind of compressor on your car, right? But you'd have to
So much. That's high compression.
Well, but I mean, no. First off, they've already made hydrogen work in cars. They've already made it work.
So here's the thing.
Now the question is, you got to have hydrogen
you talk
pumps.
about the compression, but
You got to do all that stuff.
But here, how are you going to power up the compressor?
well in your car, right?
Yeah.
They've
gas
already made
engine.
it work, guys. This is not new technology to put hydrogen in cars or buses.
Yeah, there's hydrogen
Yeah, but
buses.
I've seen hydrogen buses produce smog come out the back.
I don't know. It's apparently it's much better emissions than any fossil fuels.
So the producer is looking at me kind of like condescendingly.
33 Kelvin,
Well, that's pretty damn cold. I'm looking at.
minus 423 degrees.
Yeah, well, that's colder than any.
To exist as a liquid.
That'd make your penis fall off if you froze it.
Oh my God!
It'd be like this instant, just like crumble, right?
Like the people on Mars
Like
are going to deal
crystal.
with that.
Good Lord!
I'm going to take a leak.
I got nothing.
Yeah, let's just leave that there.
How we get into alternative
these?
energy's always been fascinating to me because I've always felt like there's something out there, and I talk about podcasts about once every 4 or 5 about the electrolysis of using water and hydrogen to power up cars, and I don't understand because I've never you don't see any websites that debunk it. You just don't see it. You can't find it.
Yeah.
Because usually when you say something like that, you're like, all right, well, let's go to Snopes and find out. But you don't see anything where it says it's been debunked that there's no such thing as electrolysis for using water and a effing battery.
You know what's so interesting though? It's like I've always thought that the reason why these other alternative energies don't flourish is because it's so hard to overcome the momentum and the infrastructure of fossil fuels, right?
Well, it's entrenched, right?
It's entrenched. But look at batteries. Look at car batteries, right? Oh, we're taking another selfie. Do I look good? Is that a good phone?
It's a good. It's
Is that a better phone?
I hope that worked.
All right.
All right.
Anyway,
well,
but you see where I'm going with that.
For our podcast Facebook page because we're not getting enough exposure out there. I've been pumping up the Instagram a little bit.
Yeah, and we're good-looking dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're hot.
Well,
we're borderline hot.
I don't know about that.
I got a hot butt.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I'll tell you one thing. I did get the CPAP machine. I know I talked about the last couple of weeks in a row, but I'll talk about it a little bit more because I'm not snoring anymore. So the wife's like, well, I still snore, but she's like, it's so quiet inside the mask, I can't even hear it.
Yeah, it's almost cute.
Yeah.
You're
Now
muffled.
And so your wife wants you back in the bed.
No, I've been sleeping in the bed. So now
What?
it's just like
Together with your wife?
Well, now she's kind of like, well, dude, your farts are like amplified for some reason.
Now you're going to need a fart fap machine.
It's just like a cup to capture it.
Right. A methane capture device.
So let's fuel our.
They make those for cows.
Well,
They
you
make
used to
those for
stink
cows.
the entire downstairs up. Your kids would walk down, you said, it'd just be like, ooh.
So now you can have a tube in your mouth and your anus
What?
to capture all these.
I'm not capturing
like
that.
just like one tube?
My farts are free range.
Well, no, it's not a single tube.
Like
No, it's
connected
not. It's not a tube going from the anus to the mouth.
Oh.
It's two separate
I'm
tubes.
not a caterpillar. What the hell, man?
I'm just saying. Now, for you to not fart and not snore, you need two different tubes.
Look, stop.
What's happening?
I'm just saying. She just made.
So they're
an
loud?
observation.
Are they loud or smelly?
I'm asleep. I don't know.
She just can't be happy, man. You stopped snoring and now you're farting.
It was funny though because she was kind of like, "Oh my god!" and I didn't realize how much you fart in your sleep. And my immediate knee-jerk response was like, "Do you realize how much you fart in your sleep?"
Well, there you go.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you do it
can't say
too.
that. 'Cause,
They do. No, they do.
Oh, yeah.
like a barnyard animal. They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I told you the story. For the longest time, we had a black lab that slept on her side or like on the
And she
floor
used
on
to
her
blame the
side.
dog.
Oh, and the snoring. I was just like, oh my God, the Roger snoring. And then he died. And then the next week, Roger's still snoring.
But he's not there.
And I'm like, but he's dead. So, Shelley, you've been snoring the whole time. I shit you not. I was stunned.
What did she say to that?
Well, she was just like,
I'm asleep. I don't know.
yeah, totally.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it.
whatever.
All this time, I thought it was the dog. It was Shelley.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know what? There's
Women fart too.
Yeah, they do.
They
and
shit as well.
Oh,
They shit, they
Jesus,
fart.
Jeff.
Just kind of saying.
They burp.
They do everything we do.
They do. We do. But they do it with a little more grace.
Yeah, we
They're not quite as loud.
Yeah, they're a little more grace.
well, they're not as
Correct.
proud as we are. You know,
Yeah.
when
you bomb a toilet, you don't walk out proud going, that's going to stink.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
guys walk out and be like,
Yep.
give that a couple minutes.
Yep. And if
Or
you're
you
on
leave the door open, the fan off before it wafts
Yeah.
out.
Yep. And when
By
they're
the
sitting
way,
on the couch
I
watching
turned
TV,
off the fan.
they don't lift their leg like we do.
Oh, no.
They don't
Oh,
lift their
yes.
leg. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well, because they don't have old man syndrome where you have to relieve those.
There are some women out there
The
that
sphincter
What?
pressure.
Yes,
That
they
challenge.
do. Of course they have digestive pressure. What are you talking
No,
about?
you gotta-
there are
you
some
gotta
women
lean
out
to
there
get
that
the-
challenge our masculinity, and they assert certain authorities when it comes to
I know
expelling gases.
my mom was like super bombastic. It was quite impressive.
My mom was too. Damn,
Yeah.
you could hear her down the street. Man. There'd be people down, be like, fucking church crew, be like,
Okay, so just for the record, we're ending this podcast talking about how our moms fart.
it's all
Correct.
about energy.
It
It's
is.
produced, it's gathered, it's collected. It's
No, it's
expelled.
not. It's not collected. It's not used for the good of America.
Yes.
Well, you know what, folks? Go out and shop for Christmas. Get your kids some stuff. It's Merry Christmas time. We've got one more week before we start celebrating the birth of Jesus, and I'm
super excited. I am super excited.
Yeah. Dudes like us.
I guess we're closing down.
All right,
Okay.
you got 30
Well,
seconds.
I was just going to say, one thing we're trying to come up with is new traditions, right, to do during Christmas. When we get the family together, what do you do? We need to talk about that in the next podcast. But I was thinking, make tamales, like bake cookies, play games. Like, what do you do as a family
to
make
do shots now? The kids are older.
Right. So let's talk about that in the next podcast. What are you going to do to make this one a special Christmas?
Right.
I'm Paul.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Jeff.
And shout out to our producer, Senor Rastin.